Another very important thing, to keep in mind, guys that are doing the three-way calls, is when you see inconsistencies. For example, things are changing with marketplace, or you're getting like your request, like, listen, you need to go reprocess this deal, or it's not qualified anymore, or something along those lines. These are feedback that is very important for us. We need like the case number. We need the case number. We need to know maybe the client's name, so we can see which processor processed that particular case and why it was sent back to you. Because if they're telling you that it needs to be reprocessed, it means it was not processed properly in the beginning. And that typically is just a result of not your fault, right? But it's definitely a result of processing the deal the way the deal was expected to be processed. And so it has caused a tremendous amount of time wasted. And we're not able to our targets and our goals timely as a result of this, right? So we have some targets that are set in place that you guys should be aware of. I think you're already aware of them, but for assurance in particular, it's 6,000 deals that we need to get to in a 2-week period of time. I think we need to get to a couple thousand with Terravita for right now. We still have not hit that mark yet. And with Actera, I think the number is 4,000. And you'll see that some of these are going to periodically increase, right? Now, if we're not hitting those goals, if the system is not working the way the system is designed to be working, then you're never going to hit the goals. It's a problem. And so when someone does not do their part, it hurts your part. And this is why I say you have to hold everybody accountable, because it affects everything. If we don't hit the goals, we don't get the commissions. If someone is in that fold that's stopping that from happening, then it's my job to remove that person. And it's your job to let me know that that person is stopping the process from moving forward. And the way you do that is you say, this case, we had this issue, and we have to redo it again. And now we find out who is actually the culprit that has caused us the delay in our process, which inevitably slows everybody up, and that's a problem. And I want to make sure that if the slow up happens, it's happening because someone is just not following the process that was laid out for them, and someone is not trying to be cute. When they try to get cute, this is what happens. They stall the entire process. I want the three-way callers to also be very aware of the fact that I will run periodic numbers to see who's doing what and who's not doing what. When we run these numbers and we see the performance of the day before, which would just be random, I will terminate anyone that is not doing what they're supposed to do. And if you're operating below standards, if you're operating below par, and we have a queue that's stacked with deals to be called, and we have people in the office who are just not executing, then this may not be the right place for said individuals. I want you, when you come here to work. This is your purpose of being here. I don't care if you ever speak to anyone here. Your job when you come here is to execute, and that is exactly what I expect you to do. The moment you're not executing, and I get wind of it, because for some reason everyone thinks that they can hide. Like, we use technology, okay? If you scroll a website that you're not supposed to scroll, I will find out about it. I may not find out about it right away, and so you feel like you've gotten away with it. This is not true, okay? I need you to stay focused on work when you come here. And everything that you do must be work-oriented. This is the reason why you're here. This is the deal. If you do something inconsistent with work, with what you were told that this is your job, if you do something inconsistent with that, and I get wind of it, and I will eventually, even if you scroll a web page that you're not supposed to scroll, or anything that you've done that's inconsistent with what you're supposed to do, eventually, the technology tells us what happened. And then there's no hiding. People think they can delete stuff or send stuff and delete it, and they think it's gone. It's not gone, okay? So be mindful and smart, okay? It's technology. It leaves a footprint for everything, for everyone. Do you understand? So stay focused on the task. Make sure you're hitting your numbers and exceeding those numbers. If you're in processing, you hit the numbers and exceed your numbers, your quotas every day. And if you're doing three-way calls, you better hit the numbers every day. Like, it's not hard in that department to hit the numbers every day. You must hit the numbers every day and exceed the numbers every single solitary day. And if you're not doing this, it will show up in the numbers. There's nowhere to hide. Eventually, it shows up in the numbers. And at that point, it's going to be a problem. I need you guys to stay focused on the task. Know why you're here, okay? You're not here for friends. You're here to work, to be productive, to be on the right side of the balance sheet and not cost. You're not supposed to be a liability. You're supposed to be an asset. Everyone has a task, goals. You need to get to them every single day, every single minute. You understand? I want you guys to ensure that when things are not going the way don't wait until the problem comes up. I want you to be ahead of the deal. Okay. So if you find the issue, immediately report the issue. Team leads, your job with Slack, report the issue to me. Okay. Don't send me 1,500 different messages. Put everything in one thing and send it over to me. You understand? Because I will personally handle it. You should send it also to Annette and potentially anybody else that's your leader in charge. Okay. It's very important because the job is to make sure that we have all the tools required for us to get the job done, and we have to remove any obstacle that's in the way that stops us from getting that job done. Okay. We need to meet our targets. It's very, very important. And in order for us to do that, we need to be fluid. So if you're seeing anything that's causing a hiccup in the process, you have to report those to me. And once again, not 300 different messages. Put one text message together with several different, and it works. Okay? I appreciate it. Thank you.